All right, I'm back. And the draft is over. And we're gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through the fourth through the seventh round for the fantasy relevant players, and then I guess we'll go into. I guess we might actually look at some video. I might actually look at some videos. What some people have been talking about in some drafts, and just skim through some videos just to see what people are talking about right now. But to start off, we have Chimere DK from Florida. Um, Honestly, I thought Elijah Badger was going to go, to be honest with you. I'm over here looking at DK just on, and I don't really see, contested catch, grade versus man's average. Contested catch rate is really good. He has 7 of them, but he plays. Well, the only times he played well was when he's in the slot, it seems, because this year they played out wide. He was terrible. So I'm not truly sure. Yeah, so I'm not too. Yes, and we're getting to fourth round for the Titans. I'm not sure what they were doing on that pick, and I guess spoiler. Well, I just heard it myself that Restrepo he didn't get drafted. Restrepo didn't get drafted, but went to the Titans. So he honestly might wind up being better than this guy. Basil Tootin goes to the Jaguars. I don't think that's really going to do anything too much, to be honest with you. The next one, I believe it is. I need to move my face. Let me move myself over real quick. Yeah, I personally don't think it might do something maybe to tank Bigsby, but I don't really think it's going to do too much to ETN unless Tootin is really that guy. I don't see it. I know they say they add another playmaker. Let's see. Let's read 4.32. Yeah, the 40 time, that's great and all, but force tackles per attempt, it says highest in the nation, which is good. But analytically, let's just dive into it. It's not like he was the best. Yeah, he was solid. Looks like his sophomore year he was better. 6 yards a carry this year. I wonder why he fell off last year. And this year he was solid, but he wasn't great or anything like that. So, the elusive rating is really good, but it's not the end all be all. Yards after contact, I do like seeing that at 4.4. Hopefully, and I'm not sure what scheme they run in Jacksonville. Hopefully it's his own scheme because it seems like he's pretty good in them. Cam Scatterboo, I like this one. Yeah, he was RB3 on PFF's board, and on here, I wonder if I can, because I don't need this other side. I can blow this side up. Let me see. Hold up a second. Let me see if do I do this? No. Or maybe. Oh no, it's not gonna get new. Okay, that's fine. Cam Scatterboo, he's RB3 on PFF side, goes to the Giants. Now this is a conundrum that we face. You have Tyrone Tracy, who did well last year but had the fumbling issues. Everybody was scared. He got 5th round draft capital. Cam has 4th. Who do they play? I think Tracy will start the year, but if the fumbling issues continue, Cam's gonna sneak in there and take that role. Because Cam, he could catch. That's the problem. And Tracy can catch too, but if Cam's not going to fumble the ball, that's what they're going to put in the game. And I think Devin Singletary is just going to get phased out. Dante Thornton, this surprised me, to be honest with you. For him to have gone, now he 6'5", runs a 4.3, good. I think this year he did well metric-wise. Yeah, he did solid. I didn't realize his grade versus man wasn't that good. His contested catch rate 75. How many did he have though? Yeah, so it's 3 out of 4. That's nothing. So again, 25 yards. That's insane. How many catches did he have? 26. 26? Ooh. Yeah, big play merchant for sure. And I guess they're just gonna play him. He has one role. Went on outside. What was his yards per run? 3.7? Ooh. Went on outside. Young man, win. And look, just keep running. Arian Smith, he goes. As you see on PFF, he was their last ranked receiver. And I kept seeing that on PFF. And when he went, it's flabbergasted work. Because if you look at all this, now, I wonder, because I believe he's a really good as a punt. They probably didn't do analysis on him. They didn't. Is he a punt returner? 4.36. Oh, so that's what got him. It said 10 drops, though. Jeez. Maybe he's looking for a punt return, or they're going to look for a punt returner role. Even him, 28 yards per reception, and what was that, his sophomore year? Jeez. 16 is high, 19 is high, too. 1.95, like, none of these metrics are good. 17.5% drop rate is insane. Basically saying he can't catch. Contested catch rate, 2. That's 2 out of 9 if it's 22%. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe he got drafted, and I'm a Georgia fan, and I honestly can't believe he got drafted. I want to see what are these trends at. They don't even have the trend thing for him. They didn't. PFF did not expect him to get drafted. I know they put 3rd round. They didn't expect him to get drafted because they would have did right up for him. They didn't do anything for him. Trevor Etienne goes to the Panthers. This is okay. Yeah, he'll be behind. I don't even know if he'll be behind Chuba, to be honest with you, because you still have Dowdle there, and Dowdle was like decent in Dallas, so he have to beat up Dowdle first. So I'm not even sure if. Yeah, I don't think he's RB2. So, yeah, that's another situation. A lot of these running backs is like, oof, man. Woody Marks, he goes. Solid pick. I know they put below average. Solid pick because he's a really good pass catching back. Let's see. How big is Woody? 5'10", 208. He's just older running back. That's solid. Let's look at some of the stats. Not elusive. Yards after contact, not that good. It's okay, but his metrics are good. He can catch. If I know anything else, being able to catch is a huge asset in fantasy football. Look at Kyron Williams. Look at Chase Brown. I don't know if Chase Brown caught at Illinois. Then Jarquez Hunter goes. So I have a lot of Blake Corum shares, and well, not a lot. No, I want to say probably half my leagues have Blake Corum. And I was just happy they didn't draft anybody day 2. But Jarquez, he's still a good running back, though. Elusive, yards after contract strong. He doesn't really catch the ball that much, so I don't have to worry about him beating out Blake Corum's spot. Because Blake doesn't really catch the ball that much either. So he'll probably be the 3rd back in that backfield. Unless he proves that he's just better. But, yeah, it's not the upside on it is not looking good right now. I'm just going to be honest there. Keep going. Gunnar Helm, he goes to the Titans. I'm trying to think. You have Chigakonkwo. Did they take anybody else? Titans? I don't think so. So Chig might still be good. And Gunnar Helm is going to be a work in progress. And we keep rolling. Dylan Sampson. I saw this and I'm like, yeah, jeez. I don't know. I'm like, unless they run an offense where it's like the Detroit Lions, this isn't ideal. Not for the Dylan Sampson stands. Yeah, I believe he drops to the 3rd round in rookie drafts quite easily. Quite easily here. And that's sad because he was actually, if you look at the analytics, he's actually pretty decent. He doesn't catch the ball, but in his first year that he actually started, he got almost 1,500 yards. He's a junior. And maybe it's like a Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen role, except that Quishon Judkins is actually going to, I guess it would be if Braylon Allen actually got the starting role. Yeah, but yeah, Dylan Sampson, yeah, he's definitely falling down, boys. Yeah. And the thing is, he was definitely a sleeper for a lot of people. Jalen Lane. His metrics aren't that good, and I've never really been too high on him, to be honest with you. But he still got taken in a good portion of the fourth round. So yeah, well, so Washington, okay. Yeah, it says he will compete with snaps with Luke McCaffrey. Oh yeah. Oh, does Jalen Lane only play slot? Oh, he only plays slot too. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have a bias against wide receivers who only play slot or primarily play slot, just because that means you can't win on the outside, and I can only play you in 11 personnel versus 12 personnel. So yeah, I can't really do too much with you. Who else do we have? Jalen Royals. Man, I remember doing my analytics and saying he would be the fourth best wide receiver in this class. Him going in the fourth round, scares me just because the historical analytics don't show well for wide receivers going basically past round 2. Round 3 is okay, but not even okay. It's below what the other ones, but round 4 through 7 historically, it's a shot in the dark. Now, if he falls in a good portion of the thirds, I still will take him just because I'm pretty high on him. But this wide receiver room is definitely going to get crowded with Worthy. Who's my guy that's about to get? He probably is getting suspended if I had to guess. Why can I not? Anytime I go on this camera, I can't think of people's names. As soon as I get off, I'll remember everybody. But I can remember Worthy's name right now for whatever reason. But Jalen Royals, maybe because he can play both inside and out. I think he's a really good receiver. He was hurt, so if he stays healthy, this could be just a very good pick. So I'll try to see if I can sneak out some thirds with him. Hopefully. Yeah, but it sucks because I was hoping he went day 2. I was really hoping he went day 2. Elick Aomana, he goes to the Titans. PFF was very high on Elick. So big body receiver. And you heard me say PFF because I'm not necessarily high on him. But he's solid. Yards per run was bad. Very bad in my opinion. But his receiving grade and his grade versus man was solid. Contested catches, 14. So that's probably 14 for 29. Yeah, just a solid. Got 100 targets, almost 1,000 yards. Well, not almost. That's 830. 1,000 yards here. He plays out wide, though. So it gives somebody to play the opposite of Calvin Ridley. And you could tell they're bringing slot wide receivers in right now. So it's not necessarily the worst thing. I just watched Draymond get blocked again. Let's keep rolling. All right, now we're going to the 5th round. Man, the slide ended. I forgot. I probably should have named this thing that. The slide ends. Shedeur gets drafted. Man, I look at this, and now I'm not high on the quarterbacks this class, but I expected him to get drafted because especially when quarterbacks get pushed up the drafts. So I personally think it's a little bit more he's a confident dude, but sometimes he come off as brash. I'm assuming that he must have bombed the interviews. I'm assuming that it did not go well in those meetings, or maybe, and I know they get a lot of information on the players, so maybe they think he's living more of a celebrity lifestyle than a quarterback lifestyle, and maybe that's what's getting onto him. But my thing is, he's still good. Obviously, he has to be doing something well. If with this 73, he goes from 68 last year, which is good, to 73, top in the nation. If you adjust the completion percentage, it's saying it's 81, which is amazing. Now, the yards per attempt, I'm not sure if that's high or low, to be honest with you, because I'm not greatest on the quarterback's information. But one of the things I do know is he's pretty solid. Turnover-worthy plays, average depth of target. Okay, here it goes. Average depth of target, that's 134th. I'm pretty sure that's not good. Deep yards, 1184, that is 4th. Pressure to sack, that's probably an issue. Because I know Caleb's was in that same area. Close to the 20s, or Caleb actually might have been in the 20s. But I think Jaden Daniels was, I don't think it was 20 though. I have to go back and look. But average time to throw 3 seconds. So I guess taking too long. But the thing, I did see Bo Nix's, I think Bo's was like 7%. It was very low. So maybe that's, and then so Bo turns out to be good. So maybe that, because I think I was reading somewhere that the sack percentage is the one thing that does correlate out of everything. So if that is true, then this is definitely an area he does need to work on. But I just wonder if he would have played at somewhere like Ohio State, or if he would have played at Florida State like he was supposed to, if he would have had the line that he needed to actually show the skill that he has. Because clearly he has the skill. I would say him and Travis and the offensive core helped Colorado get to where they need to be. Now, they didn't get to college football playoff, but I think people forget they were a one-win team before Deion got there, and Shedeur was the quarterback behind those things. So, but we'll see. Honestly, if he has the talent, hey, he'll eventually break out in the NFL because somebody will figure it out with him. But if he doesn't have the talent, then it doesn't matter how big his persona is. Yeah, they'll snuff it out within 2 years. Let's keep rolling. Jordan James, he goes to San Fran. Interesting. He'll definitely start as the RB3. And I don't know. Looks like, I'm not sure if they traded for him or not. I wasn't watching this portion. So maybe, let's go into it because Jordan James analytics is pretty decent. Doesn't catch too much, but catches okay. Yards after contact not good, not elusive. Maybe it's the gap scheme. I don't know. He was efficient the year prior, but that was when Bucky was there. Yeah, and he's still pretty solid this year. Yeah, I'm over here trying to think why San Fran took him. I don't have any questions about that. Jaden Blue goes. Cowboys finally take somebody. I should have known. It being a running back draft class, Cowboys over here. Cowboys must have something against running backs. But you know what that means? Javonte Williams might be the RB1. Hey, that's something for people to think about. Javonte Williams actually might be RB1 here. And that might be something that people need to talk about just a little bit more to get these Javonte Williams shares up. Because it seems like every time you think he's going to go away, he keeps coming back, which is actually pretty funny. Oh, man. Let me see. I'm in a rookie draft now. I forgot. It's not good to be on live and be silent, but in a rookie draft now, and they're saying let's go for the draft. I'm like, wait. Yeah, I'm over here trying confirmation because I had the 1-1 in that one. Yeah, because we did a startup. Yeah. Yeah, because if we could pick, I'm gonna go ahead and get Genty. Yeah, I'm like, let me go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that thing started. Let's keep rolling with the program. Okay, so DJ Giddens goes to the Colts. Man, I was hoping he went to a better landing spot. I was hoping he went to somewhere like the Jags. He goes to the Colts. He's not playing over Jonathan Taylor. I can tell you that much. But if John Taylor gets hurt, that would be the only way for him to get on the field to get like consistent production, because he's just a junior, but his first 2 years are decent. But this year, I think he had like more drops or something this year. 5 drops this year. So, but still, he's just a good running back, and I think, man, I wish we could get him, but. I'm sorry. I wish we could get him to a better team. That's what I meant to say. But is what it is. So he's definitely probably 4th round guy now. And let's keep rolling. Do we see another offensive player? Keandre Lambert. Man, I wasn't even tell you. I saw his name so much on PFF, I skipped over his name almost every time. Not gonna lie to you. And then he gets drafted in the 5th. I'm over here like, wait, what? It looks like the NFL valued these guys, because I'm starting to see a trend of what the NFL is valuing. These guys that have a large yards per reception, it seems like they value that in this span of the draft. Yeah, because Lambert Smith has 19.6. Everybody else was pretty high as well. So they're not really looking at the analytics. Now, the thing is, when I'm looking at this, though, his grade versus man, that's pretty decent, though. In his receiving grade, yards per route run, 2.7. Contested catches, 7 out of 14. Did he play out the slot? No, he had to play out wide with 19.6. Yeah, so it's pretty decent. Still, though, 5th round pick. And not one of the top guys either. But Chargers, they add another piece. They know they need wide receiver help. Oh, he ran a 4.37. Okay, makes sense. How big? Let's see. How tall is he? 6'1", 180. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Posted a 13.8 yard average. 13.8 yard average depth of target. Yeah, no, we can tell. Yeah, but it seems like in these rounds, it seems that's what the NFL is prioritizing. Which is pretty interesting. Actually, had to just check. I know I'm over here looking at the settings. Had to make sure my mic was on. Actually, you know what? I need to look to see. Make sure I'm live. Yeah, okay, I am. Mitchell Evans goes. Honestly, good job, Mitchell Evans. But I'm not going to be drafting you. But good job. I'm glad you made the NFL. Rondé Gatson. This is one I was looking at. But 17 contested catches is a lot, though. At 60%, was that like 17 for 30, maybe? Somewhere in that range? It's a lot. No, that's not. Yeah, it might be 17 for 30. But that's a lot. Hey, look, I'm over here looking at him like a wide receiver. I was like, man, got a lot of slot snaps. But I don't know. Where'd he go? He went to the Chargers too? Was this 5th round? Huh. I'm gonna have to pay attention. Just because I know the Chargers need tight end help. They did pick up Conklin. Rashee Rice is the name earlier of the Kansas City Chiefs I was thinking of. Jeez, I don't know why my brain does stuff like that. And Golden State is getting beat by 13 now? Okay, well, Curry just hit a layup. But, okay, so Rondé Gatson. Torrey Horton, he goes to the Seahawks, which I do like. He was hurt, which is fine. I do like it. He'll be playing on the outside because they definitely need help there. I can't remember if they picked up – I feel like they did pick up somebody else. I can't remember, though. But they do have Cooper Kupp. They have Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now, if they plan to play Kupp and Njigba together, one of them is going to have to bounce outside. And I don't think Kupp can right now. So I think they're going to have to figure out how to get Njigba outside. But I think he actually was pretty decent there, to be honest with you. And it seems like all the Ohio State guys, it seems like they figure it out pretty well, especially even anywhere in the NFL, to be honest with you. Hopefully, I didn't just skip somebody's name because we are already in the 6th round. Ollie Gordon, the former Doak Walker Award winner, goes in the 6th round to the Dolphins. So he is definitely behind Jalen Wright. And Devon Achane, yeah, that's not even a conversation. But he's behind Jalen Wright. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. Don't have to worry about that. But seems like he should be a bigger bruising back for him. Definitely the opposite of what they typically draft. Yeah, because usually they don't get 4-6 guys. So I'm very interested to see how that works out for him. Eagles, they pick up a backup quarterback in McCord. Just somebody who was McCord was really good at Syracuse, but as we know, he's just a backup. Not gonna get into too much. Devin Neal goes in the 6th round, which you were hoping he went earlier. I think this still keeps him behind Kendre Miller, in my opinion. And then Alvin Kamara, whatever they decide to do with that, but. Yeah, so Devin Neal, I think he just stays in the background. Let's keep rolling. Tyler Loop. Khalil Mullins, I was never high on him. Let's see. I know he was a linebacker turned running back, but can't catch. Clearly can't catch. Or they didn't trust him to catch anything. 5 yards of carry, it's cool. 12 touchdowns. Look at more touchdown machine guy. How big is 6'2", 230? That's goal line potential. But that's probably what a majority of what his work's going to be. Riley Leonard, let's see, who's the Colts quarterback? Oh yeah, A-Rich, and hey, if he does well enough. And they was like, hey, Rich, Daniel Jones, y'all go ahead and get out of here. We got our Brock Purdy. But in all seriousness, probably just going to be a bench quarterback, to just being honest. And Taj Brooks, he goes to the Bengals. If it wasn't a 6th round, Chase Brown fans would be, a little more worried. But now we can go ahead and stamp Chase Brown in for that starting role. I believe is good to go now. I wouldn't even worry about it anymore. Graham Metz, again, back up for the Texans. He's not going over Stroud. Stroud, like I said, would have to just have a bad injury that he couldn't come back from, and then Metz would have to also perform with ungodly numbers. I don't know. I honestly don't even know who this is. Didn't even scout him. Didn't even scout this dude. So, actually, the PFF didn't even scout him? No, I can't click on this dude's name. I was going to say I've never seen. That's the crazy part. I was going to say I've never seen this guy's name. I've never seen this guy's name in here. And PFF doesn't have him. That's why, honestly, I didn't know who this guy is. But looks like he's good enough to go in the 6th. LeJontay Wester goes into the 6th round to the Ravens. Which is interesting. Let me look more of his stats. Let me see something. He's in the primarily slot, right? Yeah, and I hate that. Yards per run, was it good? Yeah, I don't necessarily like this profile at all. Just being honest. I don't like it at all. Jimmy Horn Jr., he goes to the Panthers. Was his any better? Did he play out wide? Nope. Played the slot. Again, to be honest with you, I don't even... Analytically, I don't like this. All right, let me try to figure this out. Because why were they both? Because it was always ranked next to each other. He's great versus man, but there has to be something that's correlating, because for the other wide receivers, it was clearly the yards per reception. Every single last one of those guys on the outside, you look at 19. One was 25. One had a 28 his sophomore year. So it's clearly their deep play threats that the NFL is looking for. I guess they just need them to catch the ball maybe 2-3 times a game, but that could break the game wide open. And that's all they're looking for. But I'm just trying to see if there's a correlation. Is it slot yards? I'm looking screen yards, slot yards. It's 25th, 15th. Deep yards, obviously not. Slot catches, of course. But what makes it so that these slot guys that who I'm looking at, me personally, when I'm just looking at it from an analytical standpoint, I'm like, why would you even draft this guy? And it's not that because Horn's numbers are way worse, to be honest with you. So honestly, I can't even see the correlation right now. And maybe I'm just missing something. Other than they play, other than they play slot. Other than they play slot. That's all I got for you. Let's keep Tommy. I'm not gonna lie, Tommy. Haven't seen your name before, but you went to Montana State. Tommy Malo. Ooh, adjusted at 79%. That's good. Hey, that's a good number. Honestly, I haven't seen this name before. Was I looking for it? I was not, but I still haven't seen it. Cam Miller. Yeah, I think we're going to, what's that, Montana State? Okay, yeah, because I'm like, we must be going 1AA because I haven't seen, man, oh, that's not a good number though. Oof. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm starting to see names I haven't seen before. I'm like, who are we drafting? But we in the 6th round. Take shots. Oh, they got a punter. Nice. Up, 7th round. Here we go. At the end, Thomas Fidone. Okay, they said it's good, but I don't think he's not playing with Theo Johnson. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Theo was actually pretty solid for me in fantasy at the end of last year. Let's keep rolling. Damien Martinez. Man, he fell. And then he goes to the Seahawks. Yeah, he's not getting on the field no time soon. He's not. He's a 3rd down back. Potentially a goal line back, but might not even be that because they might use Charbonnet. He is an injury replacement back right now, which sucks because he was actually really good. Look at this. Over 6 yards a carry, all 3 years. 91 overall grade, rushing grade, good. Gap grade, good. Well, actually, the blue is elite. These are elite. The zone grade is good, but everything else was elite, and he still goes in the 7th round. So I'm not sure what the NFL evaluations are, but I thought he should have went higher. But behind Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, yeah. If I'm taking him, that means I've exhausted all my other options. Yeah, Curtis Rourke, San Francisco. Could he be the backup? Maybe. But, we'll see. Brashard Smith goes to Kansas City. I believe Kansas City took somebody else earlier in a running back. Did they? Or maybe not. This might be the first one. And 7th round pick. So, similar to Pacheco, which is interesting. And Pacheco's on the last year of his deal. So, we'll see. But we know he could catch. Pretty solid if I remember right. 41, 51, 337. That's the benefit of having him. Maybe he can be. What was that? I do this every time. The running back, McKinnon. Yes, I remember name. McKinnon. So maybe he could be like McKinnon. Going to 3rd downs, make some tough catches. Quinn Ewers. So he'll be playing. Actually, I was going to say he might play above Zach Wilson, but me and Quinn Ewers have beef. So I don't think he will be. Monagai actually goes to the Bears. So you know who really won? DeAndre Swift. Tell you that much. DeAndre Swift owners, Roschon Johnson owners. Roschon is still RB2. But DeAndre Swift owners, Pacheco owners. Who is there? Anybody else? I feel like Travis Etienne. All three of those owners are players who everybody, myself included, just knew the Bears were taking a running back early. I just knew Not Tampa. Jaguars were going to just jump in there and get a running back. Man, even Kansas City, I thought they was going to take a running back higher. So, Ted Johnson goes to the Bucks. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. This is just a shot in the dark again. He's one of the smaller receivers, I think, ever. That's in the NFL. Golden State's making a run for whatever reason. I haven't really been paying attention, but they're making a run. LaQuint Allen goes to the Jags. I believe this is their second running back they took. But he's definitely a third down back. Because look at this. He has 64 catches. Right? For 529 yards. And he had rushed for 1,000 yards. So he can catch the football. So the thing is, the analytics don't look good. But on this side, this is the part for running backs that I look for. So I might try to sneak in some LaQuint in the fourth. And then just throw him on a taxi squad just to see. Because that's my Dylan Lobs is basically out the window now with Genty. So I'm going to throw away. Yeah, my lobs are gone. Yeah, all my lob shares, I'm getting rid of them. To get them off my taxi, clearing that out. Don't need them anymore. Ricky White, he goes to Seahawks. Seahawks are just, I think they're throwing shots at the dark right now. And, not shots at the dark. Oh, what happened? What just happened? I don't even know. But, so I guess we'll see. His analytics look good. I think he ran a slow 40, which cost him. And I think he might have had some other issues. I would have to look into it though. But he has a solid profile. I didn't realize his contested catch rate was that low though. I feel like it was higher at one time. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But then it's 2023 season. Seems like a junior year. I'm not sure why he didn't come out this year. Oh, I know he didn't come out because you had all those other good receivers come out. Golden State is only down 3 for whatever reason. Don't know what happened. But I like that he can play outside, but he can also play in the slot. So for a 7th rounder, I think it's pretty good value. Phil Maffa. Didn't think he was going to get drafted. And we're about to, after the 7th round, we're about to go to PFF's list and see these players that didn't get drafted. And, yeah, I just assumed some of them would be. But Phil Maffa didn't really. I don't remember people talked about him. So clearly, I believe these must be checkdowns for 21 receptions for 103 yards. So I'm thinking most of these are checkdowns. And rush for 1,000 yards. Doesn't look like. Doesn't rush that much to carry. Is he a big running back? 6'1", 230. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Caden Prather. Solid wide receiver. Does he play out wide? He does. Analytically, does not look good. Yards per. Oh, now you're confusing me. Come on, NFL. I'm confused again. I don't know what you're looking at. Look at first 6'3", 210. Okay, we're looking at height. Okay, cool. What? Looking at a chance to make a day 3 roster as an X receiver? Ain't no way he's an X receiver. Brendan Rice. I don't want shades of Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice not playing. Don't give me shades of Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice ain't playing. Kanata Mumpfield. I saw Steve Smith do something on him the other day. Yards per receptions, decent at 15-6. Contested catch rate, yards per run was bad. I just saw 1.8. And that's not good. Analytically, it's not looking the best. That's Dominic. Another guy, didn't think he was getting drafted. They do have his profile. I'm not sure why it's not letting me click. I didn't think he was getting drafted. But I guess he plays for Georgia. Plays out the slot. Okay. Jacory. Washington does pick up a running back. I believe he had some eligibility issues. But his previous year, I forget what school he was at, looks like he rushed well. So this might be sneaky right here. But, that means Brian Robinson in the clear. Now, the thing is, I did trade DeAndre Swift a while back. Oh, but I traded him for a second, and I traded from Goddard, so that's not too bad. I would say I still won that deal, but I did lose a starting running back though, so not too happy about that because lost. Still lost a starting running back. All right, let's yeah. You know what the crazy thing is? I sent that message. I sent that message earlier, and I forgot. Well, I said, "Can we pick now?" and nobody's responded. Because so I would have already made my pick. Tight end Moliki Matalovo. Don't know who you are, buddy, but hey, you got a shot to make it. I don't know who you are, but you have a shot. Junior Bergen. Don't know who you are either. I can't even click your name. But it says you put up more than 500 yards past 2 seasons in Montana for 17 missed tackles after the catch, averaging more than 6 yards after the catch per reception since 2023. All right, let's keep rolling. Luke Lachey. Man, I want to say people were putting his name up early before the college season started last year. And didn't really amount to too much. And it looks like the last pick was Kobe Minor, who doesn't play offensive position we care about. So we're going to go ahead and see the players that were not drafted. Let's start at quarterbacks. We don't care about any of these quarterbacks, so we're going to move on. Wide receiver. They are clearly a couple guys that we're going to talk about, starting with Restrepo. Restrepo ran that, I'm assuming, a 4.8 40. It's like all of these metrics went out the window. But he did go to the Titans. So I think he'll still make the roster. Because once he gets into camp, I think they're going to show, oh, he's a lot better. Even though he plays, I don't like guys who only play slot. But I think they're going to find a role for him. And then he already has the camaraderie with Cam Ward too. So it's going to not be as hard as what people think, in my opinion, for him to make that roster. So we'll see, but I think I'm pretty sure he's gonna make the roster. Isaiah Bond, he had some major legal issues that came out. Me personally, I didn't like his profile because looking just purely at this, I didn't look at his profile at all anyway. And then he had legal issues come out. NFL seems like they're not dealing with stuff like that anymore. And he goes undrafted. I didn't think he was going to go undrafted. I thought he might have won the 6th, maybe the 7th. If he won the 5th, I wouldn't have been mad about that either. But I wasn't too high on him anyway. But I think it was more legal issues than anything. And I think the NFL is just breaking down on like players being like a headache and stuff like that. My guy who I think is going to be a sleeper, Andrew Armstrong, didn't get drafted, which is fine because actually, let me look to see if anybody called up good old Andrew yet, because I think Andrew is going to be fine. Let me see. Yep, he already landed. He landed somewhere. Signs with the Dolphins. Now, did I want him to sign with the Dolphins? Maybe. He signed with the Dolphins. Is that bad? It might not be that bad. You have Tyreek Waddle. They did sign Smith-Akine. They did sign him. You still have Jonnu Smith there. You do have to worry about Devon Achane going out wide. But Waddle play slot. Tyreek play out wide. And then I'm pretty sure they switched those two up. But still calls, you could have another receiver out there. And I can't remember if Miami took another receiver in the draft, I don't remember. But man, that's I'm over here trying to read on it real quick. I think, yeah, he's the guy I'm gonna be looking. I can't wait. Actually, let me see if he's in sleeper yet. No, actually, I can go into this draft into the draft room. Let me just make sure I don't actually draft him on accident. Yeah, he's still not in here. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, if he's not in here yet, hopefully I can get all my drafts done. They'll probably update it. But if he hasn't got drafted and he was undrafted, it's like a Jalen Coker. But the thing is, they already had Jalen Coker in there. I was so mad about that. And they will put Jalen, and they didn't put Jalen Coker in the 2000s. So in one of the startup drafts, I had a guy auto draft. And he picked Jalen Coker. I tried to trade him, and then the guy knew if I was trading with him, like he must have some sort of value, and just kept him. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Coker breaks out. I'll look at Sam Brown because he's before Elijah Badger, but this is why I don't want Sam Brown. And I will stop there. Elijah Badger, I actually don't mind this. And what I don't understand is if they were looking at receivers with the yards per reception, this fits that to a T. Great versus man, really good. Receiving grade, good. Yards per out run. Doesn't look like he dropped anything. Contested catch rate, let me say that's 68%. So that's 11 receptions out of, what was that, 16, 17? So I don't know how he doesn't get drafted. And some of those other guys get drafted. And how much do the interviews matter? That's what I need to figure out. Oh, he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, so you have Rashee Rice. I know you have some other people there. Ooh, I don't know if I want to go to the Chiefs. Why aren't people trying to go to the Raiders? That's what if I'm a receiver, that's what I'm trying to figure out how to get. Hey, can you send me to the Raiders, please? They had Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. But I'm going to take my chances on beating out these other receivers. And if there's a receiver I'm missing, I would say somebody help me, but I don't think anybody's online right now. But, yeah, if there's a receiver I'm missing, then I need to figure that out myself. Nick Nash, he's an older guy. How old is Nick? Like 25? Yeah, 25, about to be 26, which is fine. Where did Nick wind up going? There's no way he doesn't. Atlanta. Atlanta gets some. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So all of this to me is great until I look at it in context and see it is in the slot. I'm like, oh, okay. So you would have to play the slot to win. Because I want to say Nick is like 6'3". Yeah, 6'3". So the size isn't the problem. Just him only being able to work out the slot and just listen to other people. I think his footwork is slow, stuff like that. But when he did go out wide, he wasn't good. So that's my only problem with Nick Nash. Yeah. Theo Weiss actually looks like the best player at Missouri at times this year. But I can see why he didn't get drafted. Now, he did play out wide, which if I was to take a chance on a player, I would, but he didn't get drafted. Was there anybody else that I was hoping for? Not necessarily. Ja'Cory Brooks, people were talking about for a while, but because if you look at this, it's good except for the drop rate. But yeah, not really on anybody here. Let's look. Did we already look at? Let's look at tight end. Anybody? Urasek just because he went to Georgia, but not necessarily mad about that. Running back, you have Marcus Yarns. Okay. Raheem Sanders. Everybody was talking about, but not too many picks that were not made. So. Yeah, this is just draft review that I have, and go ahead and get this thing rolling, and need to get us some mock drafts in here and get used to seeing hey, who's gonna be the next person taken. But that's my time for today, and I will see y'all next time.